One of the biggest, if not the biggest issue in a divorce case is dividing the assets and debts at the time of judgment. And the reason being it's such a big issue is because oftentimes one spouse tries to hide assets in order to gain an advantage in the case. In this video, we're going to discuss exactly that. One, we're going to talk about the disclosure requirements in the state of California and what that means and its purpose. We're going to also discuss what you should do if you suspect that your spouse is hiding assets. And lastly, how to locate those assets in order to divide them equally at the time of judgment. Hi, I'm Sina Mohajer. I'm a family law attorney practicing in the greater Los Angeles County since 2012. I've been a contributing member of the Los Angeles County Bar Association, and I've been rated by super lawyers since 2019. So what are the disclosure requirements in the state of California? Well, if you're the petitioner and you're filing your divorce, you are required to serve your preliminary declaration of disclosures within 60 days of filing your petition. If you're the respondent or the responding party in the divorce case, you have 60 days to serve your preliminary declaration of disclosures to the other party at the time that you file your answer. But what is this preliminary declaration of disclosures, also short for PDDs? Why do we have to do it, and what's the purpose behind it? Well, one reason is because a family court is a court of equity. It's all about being fair and dividing things equally. The purpose of a PDD is to ensure that both sides come to the table with complete transparency. This isn't a game of poker, so we've got to show our cards. It also helps facilitate and help us attorneys to figure out what are all the assets and debts that we need to figure out to divide. And it doesn't matter if it's community or separate. So it's important that when you're filling out these forms, you include everything, not just what you believe is community property. We need to determine that, or the court needs to determine what is separate and what is part of the community. Part of your preliminary declaration of disclosures, you have a document called an income and expense declaration. This document is exactly what it sounds like. It provides your income on a monthly basis and also provides your monthly expenses. The reason that we have to provide this document is because it helps us in determining whether spousal support is at issue, child support, or even if one side needs to pay the other in their attorney's fees and costs. Another document, part of your PDDs, is called the Schedule of Assets and Debts. This is the most crucial document when we're looking at dividing these assets and debts at the time of judgment. You are required to list off all the assets and debts, regardless if they're community property or separate property, along with their valuations, so that way we can determine how things are divided. But this is the tricky part. Not everyone is truthful, regardless of the fact that you're signing this document under penalty of perjury. So what should you do if you suspect that your spouse is hiding assets? Well, while you're still on the accounts, it's very important to gather as many documents as you can, so that way it allows us to start following the breadcrumbs to find that hidden asset. And if it needed be, we can pull out the big guns. And we're talking about private investigators or even a forensic accountant that can help facilitate finding these hidden assets in order to divide them at the time of judgment. If you've got questions about your case or you want to discuss anything in more detail, feel free to give our office a call. I'll be happy to schedule an initial consultation with you and discuss your case in more detail. And if you like what you heard today, please go ahead and hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe so that way you're always notified of any new videos being released.